Hello everyone, good day. Now, mag-discuss ko about sa differentiation of hyperbolic functions. So, let's proceed with the formulas of derivatives of hyperbolic functions. So, the differentiation rules for the hyperbolic functions are given by the following formulas where u is a function of x. So, as you can see guys, ang derivatives sa hyperbolic functions is identical ra sa derivatives sa trig functions. Ang kalahian lang kay na ay h ang sa hyperbolic and na-change iyahang sign. So, the derivative of hyperbolic sin u is equals to hyperbolic cosine u du over dx. Then, the derivative of hyperbolic cosine u is equals to positive hyperbolic sin u du over dx. So, kung sa trig, ang derivative sa cos u is negative sin u, dire sa hyperbolic functions, kay positive na siya. Then, the derivative of hyperbolic tangent u is equals to hyperbolic secant squared u du over dx. Then, the derivative of hyperbolic cotangent u is equals to negative hyperbolic cosecant squared u du over dx. Then, the derivative of hyperbolic secant u is equals to negative hyperbolic secant u times hyperbolic tangent u du over dx. So, kung sa try gihapon, ang derivative sa secant u is positive, dere sa hyperbolic functions is negative na siya. Then last is the derivative of hyperbolic cosecant u is equals to negative hyperbolic cosecant u times hyperbolic cotangent u du over dx. So, for you to remember guys, the formulas of differentiation of hyperbolic functions, inyo lang i-remember ang katong 3 basic sa trig functions, which is ang katong sine, cosine, ug tangent. So, ang kanang tulo mo na sila ang positive ang derivative sa hyperbolic functions. Then, ang katoy lahang reciprocal, which is ang katong cotangent, secant, o cosecant is mo ang negative sa differentiation sa hyperbolic functions. So, I also put down sa my identities na magamit nato when mag-derive ta sa hyperbolic functions. So, as you can see, same ragihapon siya sa kuan, same ragihapon siya sa identities sa trig functions. Ang kalahian lang kay na-change gihapon ang sign. So, sa Pythagorean relations, maragihapon same sa trig, na-change na ang sign. And also, sa double angle, na-change gihapon niya ang sign. So, before we solve some examples, mag-proving sa tag formulas sa hyperbolic functions. The first formula na atong i-prove is the derivative of hyperbolic sin u is equals to hyperbolic cosine u du over dx. If you still remember the last topic na gidiscuss ni Mr. Rai, ang hyperbolic sin u is equivalent to e raised to u minus e raised to negative u all over 2. Now, this expression ang ato gamiton to prove nga ang derivative sa hyperbolic sin u is equals to hyperbolic cosine u. So, by deriving this formula with respect to x, we have d over dx of hyperbolic sin u is equals to d over dx of e raised to u minus e raised to negative u all over 2 equals to. Now, ato ni i-derive by using exponential function. So, ang derivative sa e raised to u is equals to e raised to u du over dx minus derivative aning e raised to negative u is e raised to negative u times negative du over dx all over 2. So, equals to, now ato lang i-factor out ang du over dx. So, we have a raised to u, negative times negative is positive. So, plus e raised to negative u all over 2 du over dx or equals to hyperbolic cosine u du over dx. Since this expression is equivalent to hyperbolic cosine u. Now, atong na-prove nga ang derivative sa hyperbolic sin u is equals to hyperbolic cosine u du over dx. So, guys, if mag-proving mo sa hyperbolic cosine u, same ra siya paagi aning pag-proving nato sa hyperbolic sin u. So, proceed ta sa next formula nga atong i-prove. So the second formula na ato i-prove is the derivative of hyperbolic tangent u is equals to hyperbolic secant squared u du over dx. Sa last topic na discuss ang hyperbolic tangent u is equals to hyperbolic sin u over hyperbolic cosine u. So kini na pod na expression ang ato gamiton to prove nga ang derivative sa hyperbolic tan u is equals to hyperbolic secant squared u du over dx. Now, let's differentiate this with respect to x. So we have d over dx of hyperbolic tangent u is equals to d over dx of hyperbolic sin u over hyperbolic cosine u. Now, ato ni i-derive using quotient rule. So, ang atong formula sa quotient rule is b du minus u dv over d squared. So, ato ning if i-differentiate using this formula, we have hyperbolic cos u times sa derivative ng hyperbolic sin u minus hyperbolic sin u times the derivative ng hyperbolic cosine u over squared aning hyperbolic cosine u. So equals to, now ato lang i-factor out ang d over dx. So we have cos u times hyperbolic cos u minus hyperbolic sin u times hyperbolic sin u over hyperbolic cos squared u du over dx. So by further simplifying this, we have cosines, hyperbolic cosine times hyperbolic cosine is hyperbolic cosine squared u minus hyperbolic sine times hyperbolic sine is hyperbolic sine squared u over hyperbolic cosine squared u du over dx. So equals to, now since identities naman ni, so equals to 1 na. Ka-remember mo sa ako gi-show ganiha ang derivative sa identity sa Pythagorean relations. So 1 over hyperbolic cosine squared u du over dx, or equals to, sa reciprocal aning, ang reciprocal aning 1 over hyperbolic sine squared u is hyperbolic secant squared u du over dx. So now, na-prove nato nga ang derivative aning hyperbolic tangent u is equals to hyperbolic secant squared u du over dx. So now, let's proceed sa atong mga examples. For our first problem, we have y is equals to hyperbolic cotangent times 1 minus x squared. So sa pag-derive ani, mag-use ta sa derivative sa hyperbolic cotangent. So ato i-write down ang formula sa atong hyperbolic cotangent. So hyperbolic cotangent is equals to negative hyperbolic cosecant squared u times du over dx. Now, makaderive mo ta by using this formula. So ato ra ning i-apply. So we have y prime is equals to negative hyperbolic cosecant squared u. Ang u na to is 1 minus x squared. So copy lang na times sa derivative sa atong u. So ang derivative ani is negative 2x. Then ato lang ni i-simplify or i-reorder nato to commutative property. So negative times negative is positive. So 2x na lang na siya. Positive 2x times hyperbolic cosecant squared times 1 minus x squared. And this is our final answer. Now let's proceed to another example. So in example number 2, we have y is equals to hyperbolic sine squared x, or y is equals to hyperbolic sine x squared. Now, sa pag-derive ani, mag-use ta og chain rule. So, y prime is equals to 2 times hyperbolic sine x times the derivative sa inside function or inside ani parenthesis. So, ang derivative sa hyperbolic sine is hyperbolic cosine x. Then, ato ni i-simplify. So, y prime is equals to 2 sine hx cos hx. Now, since identity man ni sa double angle, ang atong final answer is hyperbolic sine 2x. So, this is our final answer. Now, let's proceed to the last example. So, for our last example, we have y is equals to a raised to hyperbolic secant x times hyperbolic cosine x. Now, since we have a product of two function man, mag-use ta sa product rule. So, ang atong product rule is u dv plus v du. Now, since na naman tayo formula nga magamit, mag-proceed na ta sa pag-derive ani nga function. So, y prime is equals to u, copy na to ang u, hyperbolic secant x, times dv or derivative ating hyperbolic cosine plus copy na to ang d times derivative aning u or derivative aning e raised to hyperbolic secant x. So, since naman tayo base e, mag-use ta sa exponential function. So, sa exponential function na ay e raised to u is equals to e raised to u du over dx. So, muna itong gamiton sa pag-derive ani. So, we have e raised to hyperbolic secant x times the derivative sa u. So, derivative aning hyperbolic secant x. So, ang derivative sa hyperbolic secant x is negative hyperbolic secant x times hyperbolic tan x. Ato lang i-simplify. So, we have e raised to hyperbolic secant x times hyperbolic sine x plus hyperbolic cosine x minus hyperbolic secant x is equals to 1. If naka-remember mo sa reciprocal identities, ang hyperbolic cosine x is equals to 1 over hyperbolic secant x. Now, if i-times na nimong duha, we have hyperbolic cosine x times hyperbolic secant x is equals to 1. So, hyperbolic secant x o hyperbolic cosine x is equals to 1 na lang na. Or pwede din na lang isuwat. So, e raised to hyperbolic secant x times hyperbolic tan x is equals to e raised to hyperbolic secant x times tan x. Now, pwede mo na ni ato ang final answer. But, since pwede pa ni siya ma-simplify, ato na lang siya i-simplify. So, ang final answer is y prime is equals to e raised to hyperbolic secant x times hyperbolic sine x plus hyperbolic tangent x. So, this is the final answer sa atong last problem. So, that's all guys. I hope you learned something about the differentiation of hyperbolic functions.